Speaking of
Awesome.
aliens,
What about him?
have you guys ever heard of the Solway Firth Spaceman?
Solway Firth?
The Solway Firth Spaceman.
No.
A Scottish spaceman?
It's actually British.
Oh.
On the border of Scotland, though.
Boo.
Oh.
Yeah. This is a crazy story. And when I was looking into it, I'm like, I don't even know how crazy this would be to talk about.
Yeah.
But then the story gets crazier.
Cool.
Okay.
Hit me.
1964. A man named Jim Templeton. Jim Templeton.
Yes.
They were at Solway Firth, which is in Cumbria, England, which borders basically Scotland. It's like this giant, beautiful field and stuff.
Okay, 1964, near Scotland.
They went
Got
out
it.
there. He brought his Kodak camera and just taking pictures of the family. He had his 2 daughters and his wife there and just snapping some pictures. He snapped a couple pictures of his youngest daughter, Elizabeth, and went to the chemist, which that's what they called him back in the day, to develop the pictures.
Yeah.
And the chemist is like, oh, he's like, this picture was really good, but it's ruined because of someone in the background.
Ooh.
And he's like,
There was no one there.
who, can I see it? And sure enough, looked at it, and it looks like there's a spaceman
What?
standing behind her.
What could that possibly be?
His
And
daughter's really cute.
he was so like bothered by it.
Yeah.
He's like, that there should be no one behind her because my wife and daughter were standing behind me when I took
And
this
they were
picture.
alone.
They were alone in this field.
Don't love that.
Let me send it to you guys real quick so you can look at
That's
it.
so ominous.
That's the
And
funniest prank by
he
a
was
chemist.
he was so disturbed by it that he went to the police, and the police are like, "Oh, I mean, we can't do anything about this." Like,
yeah, what are you going to do?
Yeah,
so
I mean,
he-
so a guy photobombed you? What do you want me
yeah,
to do?
well, but he was so freaked out by it, he just didn't. I was like, "Where do I go?" So we went to the police, and they did like, "Yeah, we can't do anything, buddy." So then he went to the newspaper, and it just took off, and so it became the Solway Firth Spaceman because they could not figure it out. They were freaking out about it. Kodak actually put out a reward for anyone that could disprove that or prove that it was
Altered or something.
altered
Yeah.
in any way. No one could do it. Even to this day, no one can do it. Like the lighting, the shadow, everything. It's because they have the negative of it still.
Mhm.
This is a film camera?
This is a
Duh.
film
and
camera.
and
yeah.
look at that photo. The spaceman is like appropriately out of focus compared to the subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've run every single test. And I'm like, yeah, that's a weird story, but like that would be the end of it, right? Wrong.
I was going to say, there's something with the girl, right?
Not with the girl.
Okay. This just seems like he's like, this thing would be like attached. Or I would be terrified. I would be like, you're not my daughter.
So this happened, right, in England.
Uh-huh.
A couple days later in Australia, Woomera. No, I'm just cut that out. Woomera. We'll call it Woomera, Australia. They were about to do a test launch of this missile called the Blue Streak missile.
Okay.
And this Blue Streak missile it was basically an anti-nuke. It was a nuclear missile, a small nuclear missile that they were
Okay.
going to test. And last minute, they aborted the mission. And what happened was the 2 men that said abort the mission, they said that there was 2 people on the launch pad. And when they saw the newspaper of the spaceman, they said those are the 2 exact people, figures, whatever they are, that we saw on the launch pad.
Oh,
The
my.
exact same.
Oh, my
Bro.
gosh.
And what's crazy,
And there was no one there? No one else saw them?
no, I mean, people saw them, but the 2 guys are just like, abort.
Yeah. But
They're like-
they just disappeared.
Yeah. And then so they aborted the mission. This Blue Streak missile, which this was during the Cold War era, it was supposed to is a small nuclear bomb that could, if Russia launched something, they would be able to launch back quickly or whatever.
Yeah.
This Blue Streak missile was made at a RAF base in Cumbria, England, the same place where this picture was taken. The missile was made in the same region where this picture of the spaceman was taken.
I don't like that. That's crazy. And this happened a couple days after, you saying? The
Days after. It was
launch?
like 3 days after.
Oh, my gosh.
What
Yeah.
in the world? Is this kind of going back to what we're talking about? Just like how those like these weird areas of that just have this darker presence or something?
Yeah,
I don't
well,
know.
that or
Like dimensions or
I mean, you think about every there's so many stories with like our own military and just worldwide of like anything nuclear based, like
Yeah.
atom bomb, whatever. There's always seems to be like a UFO or alien presence around it.
I
And it
don't
just
like
so
that,
happened
dude.
this picture that was taken with this spaceman that just popped up behind her in the photo looked exactly the same as the two men that were on the launch pad for this missile, but this missile was made in the same place where this picture was taken.
Dude, I could never live like a day without thinking about it. If you're the dad, I mean, that would eat you alive.
To his deathbed, he's like, it was driving him nuts. He's like, I don't know what this is.
I've never heard about this. Is this the only 2 instances you've ever heard of the spaceman like being shown?
I think I've heard of it like a long time ago, but I didn't really think anything of it. I'm like, oh, that's kind of creepy looking.
It's
But-
something about not seeing the eyes that really scares me. Because I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't care if it's an alien.
Well,
But
it
it's like,
looks
then
like
it's an
its back
alien.
is
But it's
towards
just
you.
like, what is?
Yeah,
Well, it
that's
looks like
what I
I
got.
thought he was looking. Like,
Well,
I thought that was the
it
mask.
looks like his back's towards you and his like elbows like this. Like it's like
that's the impression I get. But then why does he have a visor on the front of it though? Is that
yeah, I don't know.
or is that the back
man.
of the helmet?
Or is it even a spaceman at all? Is it kind of like a actual face?
He's facing us doing the Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, do it. Oh man, that's scary.
isn't that insane?
How spooky is that? I mean, like it's like you would have noticed him. So
Yeah.
it's just like, why was the camera able to capture this, but we weren't? But then
He
these
took-
other people are able to see with their naked eye, right?
Right. Yeah.
Or is it something through a lens or
Maybe it was
straight?
through a lens. I'm not sure, but I know that they aborted the mission because they saw these two
Yeah.
individuals.
I would be curious to hear what medium they saw through, because I
Yeah.
wonder if it's dimensional.
Well,
The
the thing with that picture too is that he took 3 pictures in a row of her just like that. So 1, 2, 3, and it was the middle picture where that spaceman
Oh, so
popped up.
only one of them had it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's really scary.
Yeah.
That's really.
Ninjas are butterflies.
Did I say ninja? I meant
The butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations.
as an empty your mind.